for it. But anyways, we told the audience that. I didn't realize, I just thought it was a perfect grade. I didn't realize he completed every ball he threw that day. I thought there may be an opportunity for, hey, maybe he threw that one away. You still get a positive grade for not, putting the ball at risk. Maybe not everybody won, but he didn't throw an incompletion, he said, during one of his practices.
Grayson Lambert would be proud.
Grayson Lambert.
Hell yeah, proud. Dude.
You've been sitting on that one, haven't you?
I just thought of it.
Is that South Carolina 2015?
I don't know. I'm sure Grayson Lambert still tells people about that.
I would. Holy shit.
Yeah. He's the one of the very few Georgia ex-quarterbacks that doesn't steal media jobs from yours truly.
I wonder what he's up to.
There's a bunch of them. That Jake Fromm, man. You better stay away. You better stay away from all my gigs, bro. Better stay away, man. Keep getting your NFL, bro. Keep getting your NFL gigs, man. Spend a decade being a backup. You know what I mean? Be out there doing that. Stay away from my media jobs, bro. Every time an NFL quarterback career dies, there's just one microphone stolen from yours truly. But confirmed a perfect day. I really, really, really liked his answer about waiting his turn at the University of Georgia. And he's not the first quarterback to have to do so, right? Their starter right now waited 3 years at the University of Georgia as a 2, as a 3, as a 2 again. All right. And then eventually got his opportunity to start. And he's made do with those opportunities. Has Carson Beck. Gunner talked about it today.
I mean, Carson's a perfect example. He's shown resilience, and he's waited his turn, and he's worked hard, and he's proven that he's one of the best quarterbacks, and it's just a privilege to kind of take from him and just get to learn from him. It's pretty awesome.
What has he told you about, I guess, why you should stay, why it could benefit you to be here for the long run?
Yeah, at Georgia you're going to win, so that's the biggest part, and you can go to a lot of different places, but there's a lot of things that Georgia has that they can't offer, so that's probably the biggest part.
All right, so there you heard it, right? I think his direct quote was, it paid off for Carson, right? And I think you're going to hear a lot of this moving forward. Now, that's all presuming that Gunner has been developed behind closed doors, and we'll find a lot about that on Saturday as he gets extended run. But the idea that Carson Beck sat for 3 years and then walked out onto an SEC football field and completed 73% of his balls, and did not look overwhelmed at all. Looked like he was ready to play the position. It says a lot about Carson, but it also says a whole hell of a lot about development at the University of Georgia, in the sense that, hey, this guy clearly got better. Got better behind closed doors, got better without ever playing like real playing time. I wrote in the article today when I released this information, or released the interview with Gunner today, about how we all know this. The quarterback position is unlike any other, probably in sports, where there's a guy. There's a guy, and then the 2, 3, and 4 have to figure out how to get better basically on their own. Like you're left alone. Like as a 2, you get an opportunity to prepare as a 1 about 20% of the time during the season. But the other 80% of the reps are going to the 1. We game plan for the 1. We decide what we're going to do based off the number 1's abilities. We do all this stuff for the number 1. The number 2, 3, and 4, good luck, Bubba. Like, good luck getting better. That's kind of the approach at most of these programs. What Carson did last year speaks volumes about their ability to do these things behind closed doors. You don't have to play at Georgia to get better at that position, where every talking point everywhere. We even see it on the NFL level. Oh, you got to get these guys out. Like, you got to play them. You got to play them. You got to play them. Well, Bryce Love sat, and he did really well. Aaron Rodgers sat, he did really well, right? There's Pat Mahomes sat, he did really well. There's plenty of examples of this going on, but there's most of the time people are like, hey, Josh Allen got better because he sucked for 16 weeks. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then the second year, there was tremendous growth because he had that opportunity to suck. Peyton Manning broke the NFL rookie record for interceptions. He got growing pains. He got an opportunity to suck. Sometimes you need that opportunity to suck. But at Georgia, with Carson, it paid off.
I mean, it's kind of been a trickling effect a little bit. I mean, Stetson kind of had this thing, too, of how he kind of waited his turn. I know it's a very different circumstance of what Carson did. It wasn't, I mean, Stetson bounced to JUCO, and then he came back, then he waited a little bit. But I remember Stetson's conversation with you about, he would talk about, like, when I'm on the sideline, I'm trying to figure out my throwing motion, like what's come from me, trying to figure those things out. Well, I can, and then when I can go and I try and replicate that. So I think it's kind of been a trickling down effect of Stetson did it, and that's what Carson saw. Then Carson did it. That's what Gunner is seeing now. And now Gunner's about to implement it himself and put it into quantifiable game time.
Look, it sounds like, Carson waited his turn, and not that Brock couldn't, but Brock couldn't. The timetable didn't work for Brock Vandagriff. Brock Vandagriff knows he needs 2 years of starting experience. He's not going to get that at Georgia. He's going to have to sit this year, and he's only got 1 year of eligibility had he stayed. So he goes to Kentucky. He's going to start there 2 years, and he's going to have an opportunity to play on Sundays if he does well. The opportunity is there for Gunner to do the same thing at the University of Georgia. I wholeheartedly believe the fall of 2025, Gunner Stockton will get his opportunity to be the guy at this university. And even if and when, and that's not if, when they take another quarterback in the transfer portal. And that's something he talked about today, about how Kirby Smart and this channel has been very upfront and honest with you. They are taking a quarterback in the next 20 days. Okay, in the next 21 days, there will be another quarterback on Georgia's roster. There is no doubt about it in my mind. Gunner talked about that today, about, hey, man, look, like, they've told us, they've been very honest with us. There's somebody coming.
Yeah. Coach Smart's always said he wants 4 quarterbacks and scholarship quarterbacks on the roster, and heck, that's what it probably should be. And at the University of Georgia, I mean, as a quarterback, why not? Why not would you want to come here? So, heck, it should be a battle and competition and everything. So it's awesome.
I mean, as a quarterback, why not? Why not would you want to come here? So, heck, it should be a battle. It should always be a competition at quarterback here at the University of Georgia. That right there. Now, I don't know how much of this is like really well-taught lip service. I really don't, because they are media trained better. I mean, he almost caught himself. He did catch himself slipping at one point in that press conference. If you go listen to it, he's like, oh, I can't say that. And then he retreads, right? These guys are extremely well media trained. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about whether or not they've had the conversation of putting a front on, right? Go up there, say the right thing. Don't say what you're thinking sometimes. But I truly believe that this is the way this gentleman thinks about this competition, or thinks about his opportunities at the University of Georgia of, hey, this is Georgia. There's going to be a competition. I knew that when I signed up to come play here.
Yeah, I mean, going back to, he wanted his black jersey off at the start when he's a freshman. Like, he's always seeked competition, and you're going to get that at Georgia because they bring in some of the best players in the nation everywhere you go. So it makes sense as to why he enjoys this type of competition and why he's okay with having to wait, or not necessarily being the number one guy as soon as he got there. But it's obvious that he's this type of competitive guy, and he really enjoys it.
Yeah.
I mean, and we could say this about Georgia because we've seen it with multiple players now. Like, it's obvious, like, it may just be lip service, but it's also something that they believe. They're just sitting up there and they believe what they're saying. They feed off of the competition. And we say it's a requirement that you need to come play football at the University of Georgia at any position. Like, you have to seek out competition. And obviously these football players, and they really have at the quarterback position, they're more than okay with it.
One thing I wanted to know, and we're not going to get an answer on it Saturday. We did against Florida State, and we did before TCU when reports came out and Kirby told us that they took the non-contact jersey off of Gunner. This is a football player that becomes a different version of himself when bullets are live. Like, when he has the ability to take off and run, when he has the ability to convert the sticks with his legs, he chooses to do so pretty frequently. Like, this is a guy that is going to get 8 to 9, like, not traditional carries, but runs. Like, he's going to run the ball 8 or 9 times a football game when he actually plays. And I guarantee you, very similar to Stetson, those 8 or 9 rushing opportunities, they're either going to be explosives or really important conversions, right? If you guys remember, when Stetson used his legs, it was in the red zone on read options, right? Oh, defensive end, you just dove in. Well, I'm walking into a touchdown. All right, 3rd and 12. Y'all are playing cover 2 man, so meaning the 2 safeties are going to drop in the middle of the field. Everybody else is playing man coverage. Okay, well, we're going to run a bunch of outward routes, everybody to the sideline. We're going to run quarterback draw against Auburn, and we're going to take it for 55 yards. Those types of plays, they're going to be in the playbook when Gunner Stockton is the starting quarterback at some point at the University of Georgia. You can't see that stuff on Saturday. He's going to be in a non-contact jersey. So I wanted to ask him, like, hey, do you ever wish, like, take this off of me. Let me play ball. His immediate answer was, I see those big jokers I have to practice against every day. He said big jokers, by the way.
Big jokers.
Shout out. Said big jokers, and then said basically, like, I wouldn't survive if every day was a non-contact day for me. So I just wouldn't survive. So no, I'm happy that there is a non-contact jersey there. And also, by the way, this is a football player that probably, and very similar to Vandagriff, views it as an opportunity to get better at pocket management, throwing from the pocket, executing from the pocket, because we know that's where you live on Sundays.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It definitely would be fun to see it on GDay, just to kind of get a glimpse of it. But, glad we got to see it against Florida State, though, see him in action and see some live bullets, finding him getting to do that. But I mean, I am excited to see like the development for him as a passer. I think GDay is one of those things that, like, you know, you have to take everything with a little bit of grain of salt, but I think GDay is one of those events specifically for the quarterback position where you can really see the growth of a quarterback and exactly see how they are processing things and see if they're comfortable. That's the biggest thing, is you can see if they're comfortable out there on the field. You can immediately tell typically when they get out there, like either they know it or they don't.
Here's the evaluation for me. Do you process your reads?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you clicking through them? Right. And it's very apparent to see quarterbacks who are clicking through and quarterbacks who are, he's not open, pull down, let's go. Okay. Those guys don't ever survive at Georgia. They just don't. Like they don't play for an extended period of time. So Saturday, what I want to see from Gunner, and what I think Gunner has developed further and further and further and further during his time, and he's gotten a ton of reps this spring and ton of reps leading up to spring practice. He's going to get a ton of reps on Saturday. I want to see him processing through his reads. That guy's closed. Let's work to 2. Let's work to 3. Maybe 2's open. Let's go to 2. Well, next time, let's go 1, 2, 3, check down. I want to see those things. That's the area of development I'm most looking forward to seeing. But yeah, he has been taking a ton of reps this spring. Obviously, we reported on this channel that Ryan Puglisi has been a little bit banged up, continues to be a little bit banged up. Therefore, the rep share for Gunner has been drastically increased over particularly like the last week and a half up at Georgia. But the most important takeaway from the Gunner Stockton press conference today, that boy loves the word heck. He really loves the word heck. It is his filler word. Check this out.
I mean, heck, yeah, heck, it's just heck, it's a heck, it's funny, heck, just heck.
Heck, how many hecks did you count?
It was 20.
20 hecks.
20 hecks.
20 hecks.
20 hecks in an 11-minute interview.
Yeah, an 11-minute press conference. 20 hecks.
That might be the favorite thing I've produced for this show.
Yeah, one more time for the hard effort from Christian Kirby, the production team, on the heck compilation.
I mean, heck, yeah, heck, it's just heck, it's a heck, it's funny, heck, just heck.
My favorite heck was the just heck. He said just and then went into heck. Just heck.
I like the heck.
Yeah, heck. Yeah, loves the word heck. Otter.ai is a alternate artificial intelligence service that you can put an MP4 in and it will try to transcribe everything that's going on in the MP4. Otter was having an absolute duck stroke trying to figure out Rabun County accent.
Doesn't speak Rabun.
No, they do not. They do not speak Rabun County. They were having a freak out session listening to that one.